Welcome! Finally, here we are once again in my Formula 124 career mode with Williams Racing round number 9. And we have to talk about many things, guys. In this weekend preview, that, as you know, this is where we set up the weekend. We prepare the car, we develop the car, we select the tires for the Grand Prix for the weekend. We see the stats, championship standings, everything related off track in my Formula 124 career mode. As always, as you can see below of me, in 58 minutes I will be completing the first practice session of this Canadian Grand Prix on my Twitch channel, so I strongly recommend you to follow me, and also I strongly recommend you to be subscribed to my YouTube channel, that is this one, Flows F1G. We are trying to reach this target, 1000 subscribers, and here in YouTube is where we analyze and we do the weekend preview and also a race preview 1 hour before the race starts on Sunday. We are on Friday, November 8th. Today, as you can see, this is the time sketch of the weekend. We are in the weekend preview right now on YouTube, and as you can see, today, November 8th, we have practice 1, 60 minutes practice, and practice 2 later on in the afternoon in my local time. November 9th, tomorrow in Saturday, practice 3 and qualifying session, and then November 10th, next Sunday, the race. All this session on track on my Twitch channel in exclusive, and the race preview as always here on this YouTube channel. And as always, to check your local time, we are racing in the UTC +1, and just you have to see where are you. Just below you have different cities of the world and different UTC times, and you can calculate easily the times of your local times and to compare it with my local times, and in that way you will be able to know the exactly hour where I will be streaming. As always, anyway, I prepare this graphic that is more easy to understand, the most and simple. Let me put it. That is this one. And in this one you can see easy the race day, the time of the race day that will be in every city of the world, and that way you can see where you are, and it's easier for you to don't miss the race Sunday on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, guys, as always. Before to start the weekend preview, as always, let's remember what happened in my previous race that was in Monaco, and if you remember, was probably the worst weekend of this year, of this game, of this season. Let's watch, as always, a little clip of the highlights of the race. Let's put it now. This is the race start. As always, I start in P18 after a bad qualifying, with a lot of troubles during the weekend to prepare a good setup for the car. I had a lot of troubles in rotation, in slow corners, and if you have troubles with the setup in Monaco, you are dead, basically. Anyway, I tried my best. I did a fantastic lap in my possibilities in qualifying, but was not enough to start just in 18th place. And this is the race start. And as you can see now, I will be more or less for this part of the track. This is my car. No, this is one. And as you can see here, I went by the outside of Bottas, trying to pass. I passed Bottas. Probably this is the only highlight of my race in Monaco. We are in the uphill. Here I was fighting with Bottas for the position. Here on the right side. Now wheel to wheel. Bottas is still fighting. He tried the outside. He stays ahead, but I was able to have more grip in the inside, and I was able to pass Bottas and maintain the place here. Just by a few meters. It was close, but it was very nice battle. Here I almost lost the car. I touched a bit the barrier, I think. But I gained one place. I was in P17. And from this point I said, wow, okay, let's wait. Let's continue doing laps, stay behind, and let's see if with the strategy we can do something great. But here's where things start to go wrong for me. This is lap 1. We continue racing. At this point, I was just trying to stay behind the cars I had behind this zone. Is ridiculously slow, to be honest. And here you can see the problems I had. You can see I'm the hairpin. You can see how much time I'm losing with the car in front, with the next hour. In this corner I had a lot of troubles in rotation. My car was not turning as it should be in slow corners. And you can see here in the hairpin how much time I lost only in this corner with the race cut. What happened? I tried to push a bit more to try to catch the train. This is lap 1 still. And you can see how much time I lost in this corner, you know. I tried to push a bit harder to try to catch the pack. This is the sector 2. We go to the swimming pool chicane, and this zone that is the port that is really beautiful. We pass it, and here is what is the problem. In this chicane I entry with a much speed that I should be. I touch the curb, I go wide, and here I touch the barrier with my front right tire, and I suffer a puncture. Here I suffer a puncture. I touch again the barrier because I cannot control the car as it should be. I have a puncture in the front rear. I damage even my front wing, and I cannot turn the car. Both touch me, breaking me the floor. Here I touch again the barrier. I'm absolutely stuck. The Haas is stuck as well. The Alpine or Focon is trying to put reverse, but there is no space. I try to go on, and obviously I enter in the box with my tire absolutely destroyed, my floor destroyed, my front wing destroyed. Disaster. And obviously this is lap 1. From here my races was absolutely destroyed. As I said, well, it's just lap 1. I have time to, you know, to be, if I can set a good pace and try to catch the pack. At some point, if we have a safety car, we can rejoin. But obviously, well, this is the race start again. Obviously, during the race, I was not able to recover the pace. I even touched the barriers. I was lapped very, very quickly in lap 20 or something like that. And obviously in lap 13 or 32, after breaking once again my front wing, I said, okay, I lap. I had damage in my floor. I had no possibilities to recover any kind of place, and I decided to retire the car because I prefer to save the engine for next races. The question here is what I want to talk with all of you guys. After this race, I was extremely disappointed and very, very sad with myself because Monaco is a place that I like. I would like to do a good race, and I made a lot of mistakes. Just in lap 1, I destroyed my tire because of my mistake, and I end this race very, very disappointed, guys. And fortunately, these 15 days were extremely good for me to, you know, to rethinking, to, you know, to stay positive and to try to turn around the situation once again. But as I said, I end this Monaco Grand Prix very frustrated, and because I did my worst race of the season. A lot of mistakes, not only in race, in practice I destroyed the cars in practice too. In qualifying also I broke a front wing as well. Disaster, absolute disaster. And it was because in any moment I had the right setup and the right settings to feel comfortable enough. And if you are not comfortable here in Monaco, you are lost. So that's what happened. Now move on, because we have this weekend Canada, and this is the track, guys. This is the Canadian Grand Prix, and this is the Gilles Villeneuve circuit. Canada for me in previous games in general was not the best place in terms of performance, in terms of you know, good results. I always had troubles, to be honest, in this track, and it's a shame because it's a track that I love, that I like to drive here. It's not one of my favorites, but I like it because it's like, no, it's not like Monaco, but you have also walls close. You know, it's fun. It's fun to drive here. But always I had troubles with the setup, with some corners here. Let's wait to see if this year in this game I have a better pace, I have a better, you know, feeling with the car. As always, let's analyze the track. In the track map looks simple because as you see there are a lot of long straights, but it's much harder than it looks like because it has a lot of secrets in every corner, a lot of risks you have to take to do a perfect lap. In this case, this is the start finish line in sector 1. This is the start of the lap. Turn 1 and 2 probably is one of my favorites of the whole circuit because in turn 1 it's about you have to take out of the curve in the left side, and even I like to take an internal line by the inside instead of open the line at the beginning of 2 and close the line, you know, to the right. I prefer to entry with much more speed in turn 1 and to sacrifice the entry of turn 2 because I think you can gain time maintaining the line in the inside of turn 2, and in the inside you have more traction than in the outside, so even entry with more speed that it should be, you can gain time. We continue to turn 3. This is the first chicane of the chicanes that have this circuit, that have so many chicanes, a lot of chicanes. And this chicane is risky as well. The entry of 3 is very fast. You have here a big curve you can use, but you have to be careful because at the exit of 4, the wall is just here, is just a few centimeters away of the track. So, and it's a downhill, so you can carry on with much more speed that you can even imagine at the exit of this corner. So it's about to be careful in the exit. Don't accelerate too soon, you know, because you will touch the wall at the right side. And then we enter in sector 2. This is flat out. It's a right hand corner, very fast, but no braking. And probably this is one of the corners where always I have a lot of troubles at this point. And 6 and 7. That is a very slow chicane, but the problem of 7 is the grip is super low. Especially you can easily lose the rear here in 7. The grip is really low. And a lot of times I have troubles in the exit of this one. So in this way I will have to prepare a good setup this time for this corner. We continue in sector 2. We have a DRS zone here in race. And we move on to 8 and 9. That always is a very difficult corner. A new chicane, it's not so fast as this one, 3 and 4. But the entry of this one is critical because it's super easy to exceed the speed entry and go through the grass. Because there are big curves you have to use. And the exit of 9 is very risky as well. The wall is very close and it's easy to touch the wall with the right rear, with the right front tire, as happens here in turn 4. So it's about to be careful and to calculate how much risk you have to take, especially for the exit of 9, out of 9. A new DRS detection zone, very important in race. And we move on to the sector 3, but probably it's also my favorite, this corner. I love this hairpin. Turn 10 is the hairpin, the slowest corner of the track. It's easy to lock up the right front, but I love it because if you nail the corner, if you take the right line and you brake in the precise moment, it's very lovely to take this corner with minimum speed. And it's obviously it's mega important to have a good exit, good traction, because then you have all this long straight where you need top speed as soon as possible. This is probably the most critical point, this corner, the exit, especially in race for overtaking. This is the speed trap, full throttle. We will reach probably 330 kilometers per hour and move on to the chicane. Probably the most critical, the most dangerous point of the whole circuit. We start this chicane with a lot of speed, more than 330 kilometers per hour. You have to brake a lot, stick on the left hand side, take all curves possible in 13 and 14, but not too much because the car can be unstabilized and to suffer in the exit of 14, where we have the Wall of Champions, one of the most famous corner exits of the whole calendar. Super easy to touch the wall, just a few centimeters away of the track. So here is extremely important to take risks, but to know where you are positioning the car in every moment, and don't exceed too much the curves, guys. It's super important. We accelerate and we complete the lap. Very technical circuit, super technical circuit, very hard circuit in terms of braking. Brakes suffer a lot here and it's easy to overheat the brakes, a lot of braking points. Also, the fuel consumption is critical. It's a circuit where you need to calculate the fuel very well, because it's easy to exceed the fuel margin. But I think it's a very fun track to drive here, to be honest. So after that, move on, guys, to the to the game. That is here, guys. Here we are. Let me activate the game. Okay, here we are. This weekend is very important for us because we have a major upgrade for, as you can see here, the 4th of June, before the Canadian Grand Prix, and the 3rd of June we have also the weekly resources points. So let's advance time and let's see if our major upgrade will be succeed or not right now. Resources points, and yes.
Okay, all the new parts have been fabricated and we're going to have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, guys. Absolutely perfect. We have a major upgrade for this weekend and it will be extremely important. We will discuss about it later on. First, let me check the messages we have. We have a new message and let's see what is going on. Hello, Danny. We are currently tracking nicely towards our contract target. It's all smiles from myself and the team. Your current progress has been attached to this email, so feel free to take a look. Let's see how far you can push your performances this season, Elena. Well, as you can see, after 8 races, we are close to the target we set in the ratings for this season, that is 69. I think we are in 67. Even losing a lot of points in Monaco, because my weekend in Monaco was terrible and I lost a lot of stats. You can see we are actually in 67, target is 69. You are currently under your target for this season by -2 points, and in recognition we start in 39. We are actually in 48, as change plus 9% based on your contract. So in that way, in terms of performance, everything is going well despite my terrible race in Monaco. Hi Lerchi, how are you? Here we are once again, one new week, this time in Canada. Let's see how it goes. Move on to the specialist area. As always, we can set here the targets for the weekend to increase our points in every department. Let's check the goals for this weekend. For this weekend, the power unit consultant and the material fabrication planner are not available, so let's start with the manufacturing expert. Actually, we are in level 1 and we are fighting to reach level 2. We have actually 340 points. The level 2 is in 1050, 500 points. Goals available for this weekend: complete 4 laps using at least 2 different engine components during a race weekend. Probably I will do that. Or keep tires below 120 degrees on dry, 100 on inter, or 90 degrees on wet in one session. I will do this one because during the weekend I will change some components, as I said some days before. From now we will start to play with the components to try to maximize the wear of every component, to don't suffer at the end of the season with future grid penalties for exit units, power units. So in with tunnel engineer, we are close to reach level 1. We have actually 1160 points from 1500 points we need to reach level 1. Goals available this weekend: complete any session with the fastest lap. I think I won't be able to do that. Or complete a lap using at least 2 different car setups. This is easy and this is something I will do probably. So in power unit consultant is not available for this weekend, and also the material fabrication planner is not available. Quality assurance tester, this weekend we have actually 1060 points of 1500 points we need to reach level 1. Goals available: leave and coast 25 seconds or more during a race weekend, or in practice complete a lap using 2 sets of tires. This is much easier, so I will do this one. And finally, in the strategy analysis, we have 610 points from 500 points we need to reach level 1. Goals for this weekend: complete one practice program during a race weekend, or perfect the race strategy practice program. I think both are available and achievable, but I will complete the first one that looks easy. And this is the goals we have for this weekend. I will set as primary specialist the strategy, because I would like to improve this area a bit more. And now move on to the next area. Here, guys, I would like to talk with all of you, because this weekend after Monaco I lost a lot of points in my ratings. As you will see now, we are actually in 67, but we were in 68 before the Monaco race. And as you can see here, obviously I lose in the Albon rivalry by much. This is something I have to improve. But as you can see in the graphics here, for example, in experience, for the first time since Bahrain, as you can see in the first race, the experience graphic was a bit flat, was not improving, because I did not finish the race for second time this season. In racecraft, that is the blue line, also is a bit stuck. Racecraft, you know, that is improving effect by overtakes and finish position compared to a starting position. I was retired, so... And as you can see here, in awareness, that you can gain awareness through clean races, reducing collisions, off-track moments and DNFs. I lost points because I had collisions with the barriers. I retired the car, so I lost points. In pace, reflects the speed in qualifying and margin to fastest lap in race. I retired very soon, so my fastest lap was very slow in comparison to the fastest lap. I also lose points. In focus, that is reflects form in qualifying and race results versus taking vehicle performance into account. Obviously DNF, so I lost a lot of points also in focus, as you can see. And in general, as you can see, in overall I lost points because of my retirement in Monaco. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Let's see if this weekend I can once again to reach my rating 268. That will be the target. Finally, move on now to the most important area of this live, as always, of this live stream, that is the development of the car. Finally, we have a new upgrade, the new floor, the the reduction cockpit. That is our first major upgrade. As you can see here now, we are the 6th fastest team. The 7th. We are trying to catch Visa Cash App RB. And actually we have only 374 points. That means probably this weekend we cannot so much margin. We have not so much margin in terms of try to develop the car, because the points we have are very little. And most of the things we can improve, we have no points enough. We cannot improve this one. Also, this one is not possible. We have no points necessaries. This is something we can improve this weekend, but it's a minor upgrade. And in reliability, I think we cannot. Yes, we can improve the MUH and only that. So basically, only we can improve or the reliability of the MUH or the ignition system. Question is, it is worth it? I mean, with the amount of points we have, is worth it? I don't think so. Maybe it's a good decision, as we did previous weekends, and by your suggestions, Lerchi suggests me that is a person that is very, very loyal to my live streams here and also on Twitch, suggests me to save points to achieve major upgrades in the future. And this is what I did to achieve one of the major upgrades we have, that is this one, that is complete, thanks to save points during previous weekends, not using points and saving them for the future. And I think this weekend I will do the same. I won't spend points in development, and in that way, for the next weekend before the Spanish Grand Prix, we have chances to improve more areas of our car, guys. I think this is a good strategy. And this weekend we don't need to improve so much, because as I said before, we have received this major upgrades, and that will give us to our team Williams a lot of performance for this weekend. So, as I said, for this weekend, I will save points once again. And let's see, in 7 days, we can spend points for a new major upgrade. I think it's the right way to improve our car. Because also in Monaco, we saw, in Monaco, not only me, Alex was not competitive. And definitely in circuits where there are a lot of slow corners that are very, you know, twisty tracks, we are not being competitive. Our car, Williams, is much better car in circuits with longer straights, with fast corners, as for example was in China, that we were very competitive. We were very competitive also in Imola, in this kind of circuits. Monaco is a mix because you have long straights, but at the same time you have slow corners. So probably our major upgrade here in chassis will help us a lot in slow corners. Let's see how it goes. And in the progress history, as you can see, we will gain a lot this weekend. Let's see later on in the graphic when it will be updated. Vehicle. First of all, tire allocation for this weekend, guys. As happened in Monaco, Canada is a circuit where you need the soft tire. Here, once again, we are using the C5, C4, and C3, which are the softest of all compound tires. Especially the C5, it's the softest of all tires available this season. But as I said, in Monaco and in this track, it's extremely important to have all softs possible. It's a track where the soft makes the difference, especially in qualifying. So what I will do once again, as I did in Monaco, is to use the softer tire allocation. Obviously, in case that we will have dry conditions. If it's raining, that here is very possible to have rain. Obviously, my strategy won't be useful. But in case it will be in dry conditions, I will use the softer tire allocation. And for race, let's see. Let's discuss about it on Sunday in the race preview on this channel. But for the moment, we need soft tires. In vehicle, extremely important. From now, as you can see, we are start to change components because the first unit of every component is start to be a lot of wear, you know, very wear. We are using the internal combustion engine unit number 2 in qualifying and race, and in practice session, for example, for today, we will use the unit number 1 again. Also, the turbo, we are using the second unit for qualifying and race. For practice session, we will use the number 1. That is actually in 49%. It's close to reach the half-life. The energy store, only we have 2. We have to use this one. The heat is in 59, but I think we can stay within 1 weekend more. The kinetic is in 40%. We can stay with it 1 week more. The electronics is only in 24, it's in a very good shape, so no problems. And the gearbox, let's use the first unit for practice, and in qualifying I will change to the second unit that is in only 3%. I start to use this one in Monaco. So I think this year we are managing very, very well the wear of every component. In previous game, in the F123, we have much troubles in terms of managing the wear of every component. I'm using a lot in a very good way these components. And finally, before to go to the weekend, let's check the standings. In the last race, once again, Max Verstappen won. He has won 7 of the 8 first races. This is something that is very similar to what happened this season in real life. Only he has the DNF in China. He won everything except China. Alonso, that is doing an incredible season. It looks 2023 for Fernando. Is in second place after achieved his 3rd podium in a row, finishing second in Monaco. Leclerc in 3rd place after a bad race, finishing 6th in Monaco. Perez is in 4, Hamilton in 5th place, Sainz 6, Norris in 7, Russell, that finished on the podium in Monaco, is in 8th, Piastri in 9th, Stroll in 10th place, and after Stroll is where we start our league, the place where we are. From our competitors, Ricciardo finished in 10th place, so we achieved 1 more point. He has 5, he's just 1 behind Gasly and Tsunoda. My teammate finished, as you can see, in 17th place, and I did not finish the race. So we stay in 18th place. thanks to our 11th place in Emilia Romagna, we are ahead of Hulkenberg and Magnussen because they are not achieved an 11th place still, and we are behind our teammate and behind the Alpines, behind the Visa Cash App. Let's see, finally points came to us, and finally we can start to score points for Williams, because the standings, as you can see in the constructors, we are in 9th. With Haas, we are the only team without points, and this is something we want to achieve soon. Let's see, this weekend we can do it finally, guys. We need points to fight for the 6th place in the constructor. That is our target, and you can see Visa Cash App now is with 11 points. Is starting to pull away a big margin of distance. But we have to fight for, guys. We have to fight. We fight to fight for and finally the stats. This is the stats of the season. As you can see, my average finish position is better than the average grid. My qualifying finishes, my qualifying performance has been absolutely a disaster in this game. I am being much competitive in race and in qualifying. That is something the opposite. It's the opposite that happened in the previous game. But now, move on to the weekend, guys. Finally, we have set everything we need. And tire allocation on software. And we move on to the weekend. And let's see what is the weather forecast. And the data where we are in terms of performance. Where we will see the upgrades of the performance vehicle graphic. And let's see what we can do, guys. As always, thank you so much for staying with me. Don't forget to subscribe to reach this goal in YouTube we are fighting for. And don't forget, in 27 minutes I will be racing the practice 1 session of the Canadian Grand Prix on Twitch. So follow me on Twitch. Extremely important to follow the sessions on live with me. And move on to the weekend. Here we are. Let's see. Let me drink a bit of water. Okay, as I'm seeing now, well, this is Alex, my engineers, working very hard in the Williams. Alex in front of me, and as you can see, I think we have sun. No rain at all. In this game it's not raining. This is the tires available. Remember, we have 2 sets of hards, 3 of mediums and 8 of soft for the weekend. And this is the most important. We have a new monocoque structure that will reduce massively the weight of our car, and also we have overwheel winglets that will increase our front downforce. In crucial weekend for us, guys. And in forecast, well, no rain at all. In qualifying will be cloudy, overcast, but no rain. So perfect weekend for us. Let's check the before to end this live. The progress history, and as you can see, we maintain the 7th place in performance, but has done a big step and is close to us. Visa Cash App is a bit stable. We are closing the gap with Visa Cash App, and also looks that Alpine and Sauber improve a little bit, but we're still in 7th, and this track can be good for us, guys. So I think this weekend we have a very good chance to do something great, me and Alex Albon. Let's see what happened on paper, on track, but it's looking good. So now it's time for practice 1 in just 25 minutes. So now it's time to go to my Twitch, and in 25 minutes I will be ready doing the practice 1 and later on the practice 2 here on the Canadian Grand Prix. So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch. In 25 minutes all together we will be there. So thank you so much for watching this live stream, and see you just in a couple of minutes on my Twitch. And also remember, on YouTube, before the race start, 1 hour before the race start, I will do a new live stream here with all of you commenting the strategy of the race and everything. So see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support. It's been amazing. See you soon in 25 minutes on Twitch.